welcome back to another edition of Avid Golfer Magazine's Fearless Fantasy Forecast. Let's give ourselves kudos from last week. Bet 200, bet 20 teams each, came out with $345.
It was good. We had a couple really good teams.
Yeah, we did. It could have been even better.
Saturday evening, we were looking really good.
Oh, my goodness.
So we had a bunch of teams that had, the hell's that all over my hand?
Focus.
They had Oosthuizen, Spieth, Scheffler, and Lowry all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And only a couple of them had Morikawa.
I did not because I got scared because he said he couldn't hit his irons well at the Scottish Open, and he tweaked 3 clubs, 3 irons, and he played lights out. He was the deserved winner.
We had him. We had one team that was in the top 50. So
yeah, we were as high as $467. So we have money to play for this week. This week.
And we're hot.
We are.
Right? You'd call that hot, right?
I would.
Yeah.
It's the 3M Open. Second year.
Better or worse than the John Deere?
Strength of field, 222.
Oh, wow. Way better.
And it's even better than last year when there was no Open.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a weak field, and so it's even more roulette than usual. I only have 2 guys on both teams.
But I'm going to say there's some gems.
Maybe.
So I had 2 teams, and then I picked a third because I just had to have one guy that I didn't have on the 2 teams. I liked all my teams.
All right.
So on my first 2 teams, I had 3 guys on both teams. And none of them I think you'll look and go, huh. So I had Mito Pereira. Did you take him?
Mm-hmm.
So here's a guy who won 2 tournaments on the Korn Ferry Tour in a row.
He's a graduate.
Got his promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and then he missed the cut.
Yep.
Came in 34th, and then came in 5th.
Yep.
Kind of like that trend.
I do.
And he ain't scared.
Nope.
I took Wes Roach. How is he $6,300? He's only made 9 straight cuts on tour.
Came in last year.
So
Just
he
saying.
still got 9 straight cuts.
I looked at him. I didn't take him.
And then on the other guy, I took Kevin Tway again. He's got 4 straight cuts too. Look, he was a really good player back in the day, and he lost his way.
Weren't they
and
all?
He's found it back. He's made 4 straight cuts. He's obviously found something.
What was his cost? I didn't even look at him.
$7,300.
I think that's high. I think that's high.
So those are my 3 on the 2 teams.
Okay. I have 2 on all 3. Cameron Tringali.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not take him? 3rd, 53rd, and a 14th, and he was 26th in the last 2 years at the 3M.
Okay.
I also took Hank Liboda.
Well, he's hot right now. He might be the hottest guy on tour, right?
5th, 4th, 8th, and he was 26 last year.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take him. So my other 3 teams, I took Robert McIntyre. Took him on 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
8 straight cuts, 8th at the Open last week.
Mm-hmm.
Took Pereira.
Do you know I took McIntyre too? And here's the thing: he's trying to get on tour.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his card. So he's like he needs another. He's only playing because he got a top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't even commit. He was a late entry, but he's trying to get his card. So there's a guy on a weaker field that's got motivation.
You know, I toyed with this. How many guys are going to play well that came from the Open versus guys that are still in the States?
Yep. I'm wondering if you got one guy for that reason.
I took Charles Howell III, believe it or not.
Huh.
23rd at John Deere last year. At the John Deere this year, it was 3rd last year in this tournament.
Okay.
And then I took Steve Stricker.
Okay.
Because 41st at the John Deere still tends to make PGA Tour cuts, and he was cheap. Second team. Took
Let me get mine. Let me go.
I'm going to do my way. Luke List.
What a
Ooh, look at that. Well, you always lead this stuff.
We always
I'm on
alternate.
a roll. No, we don't.
Always.
No, we don't. Luke
How do
List.
You freaking know that.
5th and a 4th. I have a good memory. Last 2 weeks, hits the ball a mile. I took McIntyre, took Pereira, took Camille Bajagas. 3 straight cuts in a weak field. So he was cheap. Now your turn, if it's okay.
So I took Robert McIntyre for the rings. I took DJ. When you have Mito, Wes Roach, and Kevin Tway, you've got money to spend.
Yes.
So I took DJ, and then I took Bubba Watson. You know, he took a 6th on the Rocket Mortgage and didn't get to play the British. There's a guy with a little motivation. So I took him on that team.
Looked at him.
My next team, I took Tony Finau, again, not playing very well, but he found something at the British, had a nice little finish. Here's a guy who needs a win or needs a high finish. Same with Patrick Reed. Missed a cut at the British Open. Here's a guy who needs to do something good. And then I took Maverick McNeely. He's made 4 cuts in a row, all inside the top 30.
Okay.
Those are 4 good events for a guy like that, and I like him. So then my third team, I had to have one guy. So I put together a team just for him. I took Roach, I took Pereira, I took McIntyre, I took Reed, I took Hank Labiota. Yes, he's got 3 straight top 10s. And on a hunch, shooting 5 under on the last day at the British Open, I had to have $5 spent on a team that had Ricky Fowler on it. Ooh. Look, he's not the Ricky Fowler of old, but did he find something? He's been playing better, and then he comes up with a round like that. He's got to be feeling good about himself coming into a much, much weaker field and an event that he thinks he probably looks at and says, hey, I can compete here. So I had to have him on a team.
Worth a flyer. Why not? Third team, took Tony Finau. He was third last year in this event. And 23rd 2 years ago, 15th at the Open. Took Jonathan Vegas. 11th, 52nd, and 2nd last 3 events. And he hits the ball a mile, very weak field. Took Bo Hoag.
I struggle with Bo Hoag.
I did. I looked at him.
I mean, he's a feast or famine kind of guy, and he's usually
Aren't
feast
they all?
Thursday and Friday.
Aren't they all? 11th, 47th, and 32nd last 3 weeks. He was 12th last year at this event. And then I took Bo Hostler. He was cheap. 4 out of 5 he's finished in the top 25.
Okay.
The guys I didn't take. Did not take DJ.
Yep.
Did not take Louis Oosthuizen.
There's my stone cold lock right there.
What?
Louis Oosthuizen will not finish in the top 5 this week.
Poor guy.
That poor guy.
I'm
not sure. I can't. Look, there was a part of me that even thought about taking him, and I swear to you, by Thursday morning, I still say he withdraws.
Interesting. It's kind of late, but maybe not. Did not take Patrick Reed, did not take Sergio Garcia, and did not take the guy who won this 2 years ago was Matthew Wolff. I just don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
He's kind of crazy,
but
all those ones, heater, baby.
But those that you said, I mean, I did take DJ.
Yeah, you did.
I think he's motivated. The one thing I've learned about the junior tours, when you look about rankings, he will lose rankings unless he wins this event.
Yeah, you can't. He's got top shelf.
So when you play an event like this with a weaker field and he comes in 5th, he may drop. And so if that world ranking means something to him, which who knows with him, but so I figure I had to have him because he's like, I'm playing here, I better win. I better win. And so I took him. I took Reed.
I usually do.
I usually don't. But I'm looking at him coming out of missing a cut at the British. He had an extra 2 days to relax and warm up and saying, geez, I couldn't make a cut at a major. I'm better than that. And I'm still thinking a guy like him looking at Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he's got to play into it. He's got to play in, and because I'm not sure if he doesn't, does Stricker take him?
He had to play with Bryson.
He won't. They'll put Brooks with Bryson. That'll be fun. So there you go. Some very different teams. We got some similar players on a few, but we're on a heater. By the way, last week, show you how this all works. We won money on 14 of 40 teams, 35%. I don't know if that's good or not. I have no idea.
I'm saying if you have a 30% win percentage, doubling your money on those 14. I mean, most of them you win at least $9 or better, $8 or $9 or better. If you're 35% of the time you're doubling your money or better, that's pretty good. Yeah. And so I'd say right now we have 6 teams. If we win on 3 of them or 2.5, I mean, we're not playing enough teams to get at 35%, right?
No.
Look, playing 20 teams. Given our knowledge of the players and what we do, I can't tell you how many times we only played 2 teams on Friday afternoon. We say, boy, I would have had him, I would have had him, I would have had him, I thought about him, I looked at him close. You put 20 teams, you have him on a couple of them.
Well, we got house money.
So
might do that in the future. We'll definitely do it during the majors. We'll do 20 teams each.
Maybe somewhere in the FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Especially when it gets a little bit lighter.
Keep an eye on this Mito Pereira. He's playing in the Olympics for Chile next week.
I know.
And so this guy's got some. If you're looking for a long shot at the Olympics, We'll see how he does this week, but he's the only guy I think in this field that's playing the Olympics.
Bottom line, there's so many good players out there now. It's just such a deep field. Back when Nicholas was playing, he had to beat 20 guys. Now these guys got to beat a lot of people. I mean, just one guy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much. So it's a 3M Open. It'll start on Thursday. It's in his third year. And we'll see how it all plays out. But we're flush, baby.
We're feeling good.
We are flush. So there you go. There's our Fearless Fantasy Forecast. Profitable right now. So check it out, bet accordingly, and bet some guys with us, and I think you'll enjoy it very, very